This is 9 News with Davina Smith.
Good morning. We start with breaking news out of Canberra, where it's expected the government will permanently increase the job seeker payment. We'll go straight to our political reporter, Kerry Yaxley. Kerry, good morning to you. After months of speculation, this could be a breakthrough for the unemployed.
It could, Davina. No official confirmation from the government just yet, but it is understood that there will be a permanent increase to the job seeker allowance. The figure could be $50 per fortnight, or around $3.50 a day. A meeting of coalition MPs was to discuss a permanent increase to the rate this morning. After it went to Cabinet, the payment was initially boosted by $550 after the pandemic struck via the coronavirus supplement. It has since been reduced to $150 per fortnight and is due to finish at the end of March. Labor may support an increase, even though it will likely say that it should be higher, simply because something is better than nothing. Here is Anthony Albanese.
Well, what we've said very clearly is that $40 a day wasn't enough to live on. I don't quite understand why this government has held back on this announcement. I look forward to it being announced today, and then Labor will obviously respond after we've given it proper consideration.
The peak welfare group ACOS has been calling for a $75 per week increase. No doubt it will be disappointed. The government hasn't made any announcements, as I said, but already the Greens Senator Rachel Siewert has described this increase as a joke and used another word on Twitter, Davina, that is not appropriate for television.
OK, Kerry, thank you. And the opposition leader is among the latest group of politicians to get the COVID jab. Anthony Albanese, Greens leader Adam Bant and Labor MP Peter Murphy all receiving injections near Canberra Hospital this morning. Ms Murphy has recently undergone treatment for breast cancer. The leaders don't technically fit the categories to get the vaccine first, but Mr Albanese was keen.
The health experts said that it was important for people in leadership positions, if we were asking others to get vaccinated, that we do it ourselves and do it publicly.
A second shipment of the Pfizer vaccine has now arrived in Australia, with another due soon, providing a total of 280,000 more doses. 80,000 of those will be available in the coming week, 50,000 for the states and 30,000 to aged care via the Commonwealth. US President Joe Biden has observed a moment of silence for the 500,000 people who've died from COVID-19 across America. Moments earlier, he spoke of the grim milestone, balancing grief and hope when detailing the pain so many families have endured.
For those who have lost loved ones, this is what I know. They're never truly gone. They'll always be part of your heart. But I promise you, the day will come when the memory of the loved one you lost will bring a smile to your lips before a tear to your eye.
Mr Biden also asked the country to remain vigilant by wearing masks and getting vaccinated. Anzac Day dawn services and marches are returning to Queensland after traditions were disrupted by COVID-19 restrictions last year. The Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk has announced the services will go ahead as normal. There will be no caps on the numbers at events and masks will not be required. Well, police have found the bodies of 2 people after a fire tore through a townhouse on Brisbane's south side yesterday morning. Reece D'Alessandro has more.
Well, it would seem the more investigators delve into this tragedy, the worse it gets. Fire tore through this unit just behind us here on Myola Street just after 4 a.m. yesterday morning. Neighbours waking to the sounds of a 49-year-old woman crying out for help. Police believe her former partner, a 49-year-old man, gained entry into this complex just before the blaze broke out. Officers say the woman was trying to escape a violent relationship. This morning, autopsies will commence to confirm the remains police have found overnight are in fact the 49-year-old woman and her ex-partner, so badly burnt they haven't officially yet been identified. A vehicle connected to this man has been seized from a local shopping centre. That will now be crucial evidence as police try to piece together exactly what led up to this tragedy south of Brisbane.
In Victoria, 580 COVID doses were administered on the first day of the vaccine rollout. And today, hundreds more at-risk Australians and frontline workers will receive the vaccine. Reid Butler reports.
Health teams here at Advent Care Whitehorse are certainly very busy. 95% of residents will get the jab today. After months of build-up, it's a simple process in the end. The precious cargo arrived bright and early. Residents had a brief consultation with a nurse and then the big moment, the all-important shot in the arm.
Only a little pinprick. If it's good enough for the Queen, it's good enough, must be good. And Scott Morrison too.
It's a huge relief for residents like June after the year that's been.
I like to be going out with my daughter and then she'll ring up and say, no mum, you're in lockdown again.
Regional Victorian aged care residents are also beginning the vaccination process today. This was Alan David Lodge in Grovedale this morning.
I'm very nervous, but once it's in the arm, it's over and done with, you know.
Close to 600 doses were administered across Victoria yesterday. Hundreds more will be given today.
It's safe. We're seeing it really works well. It prevents people from dying. It prevents people from getting sick.
Here at Advent Care Whitehorse, residents will receive the second and final dose of the Pfizer vaccine in 3 weeks' time.
A woman has narrowly escaped injury this morning after a B-double truck crashed into her house in Victoria's southwest. The truck collided with a school bus before ploughing into the Inverleigh home around 8 o'clock. The bus driver was flown to hospital with lower body injuries and thankfully no one else was on board. A woman has been killed in Sydney's west after being hit by a garbage truck just after 8:30 this morning. Paramedics attempted to revive the woman, but she died at the scene at Chester Hill. The garbage truck driver is undergoing mandatory testing. Well, Victoria's Premier says he aims to implement all findings of a Royal Commission called late yesterday into Crown Melbourne's suitability to hold a casino licence in the state. Here's Isabella Staskovsky.
Well, this Melbourne gaming giant is again in the spotlight and its licence is on the line. It's now a waiting game to see whether or not a Royal Commission will be the final nail in the coffin for Crown Casino. The inquiry will be chaired by a former federal court judge and is expected to cost around $7 million, with findings released no earlier than August.
If there's any doubt, you go to the highest powers you can find, which is the Royal Commission. I think Mr. former Judge Finkelstein will do a very good job. He's got the powers, the budget, and he'll come back with some findings.
There has been plenty of political criticism as well. The opposition has slammed what it calls a delay in announcing this inquiry, while the Greens have claimed the government is protecting Crown.
This Royal Commission, though overdue, though we've been dragged kicking and screaming to do it because of Sydney and what you found in Melbourne, I really welcome it.
The casino has released a statement saying it welcomes this as an opportunity for change. It will cooperate with authorities but continue to operate throughout the investigation. Meanwhile, 4 high-profile directors have stepped down in recent weeks. The latest is Harold Mitchell. This all follows the New South Wales inquiry, which revealed links to organised crime and money laundering here in Melbourne, while deeming Crown unsuitable to hold a casino licence in Sydney.
Melbourne detectives are hunting a man in a white hoodie who they believe sexually assaulted a 28-year-old woman in Melbourne CBD. The woman was walking along A. Beckett Street around 10:40 on January 2 when she was grabbed from behind. Anyone with information should contact Crime Stoppers. A cafe in Sydney's southwest is now a crime scene after a suspected firebombing. A person dressed in black clothing was seen throwing an item into the shop front in Chapel Street, Bankstown around 1 o'clock this morning. The flames only caused minor damage before fire crews moved in.
I just smell a lot of smoke in there, or at least there's not much fire, so I guess it's all right for now.
The suspect was seen fleeing the scene on a motorcycle. Officers forced to wear protective suits in a $700,000 bust, what they found in a backyard shed. Prince Philip spends a 7th night in hospital, what Prince William revealed about his condition. A front row seat to the red planet, the fresh vision of the moment NASA's rover lands on Mars. And a remarkable rescue, the moment a boy is saved from an icy pond.
All aboard! Cruising is back with a suite of new COVID safeguards, from robots and air purifiers to onboard lab tests.
I think it's going to be very, very different.
We take you inside as the industry gets back on its feet.
Get the full story on 9 News tonight.
Vodafone is for all you rulers. We get you, Stream Queens, and you, Kings of Connection, and you, your majesties of working from home. We're for you, supreme providers of screen time, and definitely you, the rejectors of contracts. It's your rules, your network, and Vodafone is at your command. You rule with Vodafone.
Make their day with an awesome blend of puffed rice and popcorn. Now you can make their lunchbox pop.
More Australian pet owners and their dogs love NexGard Spectra. The most complete parasite protection in one tasty tube. NexGard.
Well, they definitely have that RSPCA pet insurance feeling. The feeling of getting up to 80% of your eligible vet bills reimbursed and knowing you can claim up to $20,000 a year with no excess to pay. There are 4 levels of award-winning cover to choose from, plus a portion of your first year's premium goes to support the RSPCA. Experience that RSPCA pet insurance feeling today. Call 138 548 or search RSPCA Pet Insurance now.
New Jalna Farm to Pot organic yogurt is made with whole milk from Australian certified organic dairy farms. Go easy, Millie. New Jalna Farm to Pot organic yogurt. If only everything was so pure.
When life gives you furriness, Godfrey's gives you cleanliness. Hoover Tornado Bagless, now $199. Save $100. Hoover Dual Steam Plus, $279. Godfrey's cleanliness.
Visit the Autumn Home Show to improve your home or apartment. Find innovative ideas, hot new products, home trends and specials. Visit Sustainability Square, Staycation Resort and Reno Seminars. Starts Friday, Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre. Get your free tickets online.
Some popular cereals contain over 25% sugar. That's more than a quarter of the cereal. Luckily, Weet-Bix is low in sugar, it's full of whole grain goodness and extra yum with a twist. Just add fruit, nuts and seeds. For a better brekkie, it's got to be Weet-Bix.
Welcome to the Rat House.
It's like a plague over there.
They're the neighbours from hell.
There's hundreds in there now. There'll be thousands soon.
Now the fight to get rid of this rat trap. And a current affair like no other tonight.
We're going to take you live to Canberra now, where there is a story unfolding as we go to air, and it could have ramifications for Scott Morrison's government. Kerry Axley is standing by for us. Kerry, what are you hearing?
Well, Davina, we understand that Craig Kelly, the Liberal member for Hughes, has just told a meeting of Coalition MPs that he will be leaving the Liberal Party to sit on the crossbench. We understand he also told that meeting that he will continue to guarantee supply and confidence for the Morrison government, but it does do some pretty interesting things to the numbers in the House here. It will reduce the Morrison government's slim majority to 76, 68 Labor and 7 crossbenchers. So this will have very significant ramifications for the government. Craig Kelly has been very outspoken for a number of years now, most recently by posting things that went against the government's message on vaccines. Remember that famous stoush in the corridor with Tanya Plibersek? The Prime Minister then hauled him into the office, reprimanded him for that and said that his views were basically threatening to derail the government's very important vaccine rollout plan. So apparently Mr Kelly was quite flattering of the Prime Minister in that meeting, but certainly there is plenty more to come on this. This is a very interesting development indeed, Davina.
OK, Kerry Axley live in Canberra, thank you. A major drug bust in Sydney's west has uncovered $700,000 worth of magic mushrooms. Police from the Chemical Operations Unit raided a shed out the back of the Greystanes home, where they found containers used to cultivate the illegal substance psilocybin. A 26-year-old man has been charged with manufacturing a commercial quantity of the illegal drugs. A home southwest of Sydney has been destroyed in a fire this morning. The Oaks property was engulfed in flames when emergency crews arrived. The roof collapsed. Thankfully, no one was injured or missing. Dozens of firefighters, though, do remain at the scene. As the cause of the blaze is still not clear. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has outlined the country's 4-step roadmap to freedom, with hopes of lifting all coronavirus restrictions by June. The first stage will see the stay-at-home order lifted in March, allowing students to return to school. The lockdown exit plan will rely heavily on the success of the UK's vaccine program. There's been a new case of COVID confirmed in Auckland, linked to a local high school. Health authorities say the person had been isolating at home since Monday last week. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is set to make an announcement this afternoon on whether Auckland will remain on alert at level 2 or move down to level 1. Well, 41 people have been discovered hiding in a cargo container in a port in North Africa, buried among thousands of glass bottles, hiding under toxic waste. Police say the migrants were attempting to sneak onto a ship bound for mainland Spain, a trip that can take up to 7 hours. The wife of infamous drug lord El Chapo has been arrested for her alleged role in international drug trafficking. The 31-year-old was arrested at a Virginia airport and is accused of trying to distribute cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin and marijuana into the United States. We know a little bit more about Prince Philip's recovery after his grandson was coaxed into revealing how the 99-year-old is doing in hospital. Our correspondent Carrie-Anne Greenbank has the very latest.
After days of silence from Buckingham Palace, Prince William has provided the first real insight into his grandfather's condition. The Duke of Cambridge was touring a vaccination centre in the east of England when royal photographer Arthur Edwards stopped by for a chat, and during that chat asked Prince William how his grandfather, Prince Philip, was going. Arthur Edwards says that was a great relief.
Of course, after he told me that, I felt, that probably Duke is okay. He's not fully fit. He's 99, but I think he's be out of the hospital in a couple of days.
So that's good news for Prince Philip, and there's been an update with the Queen as well. It's been revealed that she will be starring in a special TV program along with other members of the royal family on March 7, which just so happens to be the day that Meghan Markle's tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey airs. The Queen's appearance will be in relation to Commonwealth Day, but still questions have been raised about the timing.
One of the major hubs on the New South Wales South Coast is set for a major boost in time for Easter holidays. Construction of the Batemans Bay Bridge will soon be completed, with cars expected to be on the road by the end of next month. The state's Premier, Gladys Berejiklian, was on hand for the announcement as part of a tour of the region. We've got some extraordinary pictures from the Perseverance rover landing on Mars. The newly released NASA footage shows the descent, a parachute violently deploying, then rocket engines pushing dust off the surface of the red planet. And after touching down, the first audio ever was captured of a Martian breeze.
Close your eyes and just imagine yourself sitting on the surface of Mars and listening to the surroundings.
There you go. Next up, the $3 billion robot will explore an ancient lake to look for traces of microbes. And cameras installed to catch crooks have caught something much more spectacular. Doorbell cameras across parts of Canada recording a meteor igniting the skyline in Calgary. An 11-year-old boy has had a lucky escape after falling through the ice of a frozen pond in Texas. A teenager spotted him just by chance while walking her dog. She called her grandfather for help and they managed to pull the boy to safety. OK, tea drinkers beware. The popular product recalled over chemical contamination fears. Australia's best ice cream revealed, so which state won the title? And Australia fails to fire in their opening T20 against the Kiwis.
Download the 9 News app. Access all the news you'll ever need when you want it at your fingertips with the free 9 News app.
Tonight,
the word single mum, I feel like I went wrong somewhere.
3 very different brides.
My life has been playing in a metal band.
She has this really exciting life, and yet she's really lonely.
Walk down the aisle to 3 very different strangers.
From the moment I saw you,
I knew that you'd be my wife.
But will this massive night of love
How do you feel about children?
turn
Honey, your shirt.
upside down?
Do you want me to be brutally honest?
New Married tonight, 7:30 on 9.
Climb a tower and be a princess, get shot at with arrows, wizards throwing spell packets. It's an amazing feeling. It's euphoric.
There are so many ways we can live better. Search Medibank Live Better to find yours.
There's a glass and a half in everyone.
When life gives you furriness, Godfrey's gives you cleanliness. Hoover Tornado Bagless, now $199. Save $100. Hoover Dual Steam Plus, $279. Godfrey's cleanliness.
Come on! A new dream home with memories to call my own. It's my Hotondo home. It's my Hotondo home.
Well, look at that grout. What's this clout? We can clean your tiles. Freshly sealed, it's like they've healed. Put a smile on your tiles. Sparkly clean like you have never seen. All you need is Electro Dry. Electro Dry. Electro Dry.
Wherever you live and whenever you want, Free TV brings you the best Australian television, local news, entertainment, drama and live sport. Our programming and advertising is guided by the Commercial Television Industry Code of Practice to meet community standards and help viewers make more informed choices about their viewing. A copy of the code can be found on the Free TV website, or you can write or call us for more information. Free TV, Australian, trusted, free.
Give chicken the night off. Serve up some Q and salmon.
Everyone has a price, not me.
Queen Latifah is The Equaliser. Starts Wednesday after Married at First Sight.
A car has rolled in a two-vehicle crash on the Burwood Highway in Melbourne just before 8:30 last night. One driver was treated for minor injuries while two children were taken to hospital as a precaution. The other driver wasn't hurt. Police have scoured bushland in Melbourne's west in search of evidence following an aggravated burglary. A man armed with a bladed weapon allegedly broke into the home at Cobblebank and attacked two people before fleeing just after midnight on Saturday. A 25-year-old man has since been charged with a string of offences, including attempted murder. He'll face court later today. A warning to tea drinkers with an urgent recall being issued for Nerida's lemon and ginger organic tea with concerns over possible chemical contamination. So anyone who purchased a box of 40 tea bags with a best before date between the 8th and 22nd of January 2023 should not consume the product and return it for a full refund. If you've got a sweet tooth, pay attention now with this gelato store named Australia's Best. It's taken out the top award at the 2021 Royal Cheese and Dairy Produce Show in Sydney. So this is the information you need to know. The flavour, pistachio Siciliano, and the location is Chatswood, New South Wales. That is the best. Well, Australia has failed to deliver in its opening T20 clash against New Zealand, collapsing to a 53-run defeat at Christchurch. Chasing down the Kiwis' 184-run total, the Aussies managed 131 in reply, with Mitch Marsh's 45 the only real resistance. Australia later shut down suggestions their performance was partly due to the mandatory 14-day quarantine stint upon arrival.
Felt completely confident in myself and what preparation we had. Had full faith in everyone else that they're feeling the same. Speaking to all the guys that they were really content with the way that we went about our preparation. So no excuses on that front.
Game 2 is on Thursday in Dunedin. Well, Craig Bellamy is entering his final year as Storm coach, and while clubs are lining up for the champion coach's signature, star fullback Cameron Munster is ready to wave him off.
Hopefully he leaves sooner rather than later, to be honest with you. I've had a gutful of him, but nah, he's been the best role model for myself and a lot of the younger blokes in our team.
Just remember, he's got one more year. Bellamy has links to moving to the Brisbane Broncos or possibly Cronulla. Well, Melbourne United has gone to top of the NBL Cup ladder, coming from behind to beat the Taipans 88-81. Illawarra also got on the board, beating the New Zealand Breakers by 102-88 in the earlier game on John Cain Arena. It's hard to believe this koala could be showered with any more love, but it has happened for Elsa on her second birthday. Decorations, tasty gum leaves and oodles of kisses and cuddles from her devoted keepers have all been on the list of treats at the Australian Reptile Park in New South Wales. Elsa became a global furry favourite back in 2019 after a tough start to life. She's unsurprisingly notched up 10 million views of her videos ever since. Okay, stay with us. We'll have the weather forecast for you after the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, look out, here they come.
The greatest game of all is back.
Here we go again.
The glory.
Oh, my goodness.
And passion.
Now you can start cheering.
A season that changes everything.
That is unbelievable.
The NRL ignites. March 11 on 9.
Broken down, eh, Keith? Oh dear. Some insurers don't offer free roadside assist for a year, but Amy does, with a new Amy Comprehensive Car Insurance policy. Does your insurer offer this? Amy does.
Get $4,000 to spend on that special thing for the house. Refinance your home loan with St George and get $4,000 cash back to spend on whatever you like.
Search St George Refinance or ask your broker today.
Hello Australia, I'm here to remind you that Jenny Craig works for weight loss. This could be you.
I've lost 28 kilos with the help of Jenny Craig.
I can honestly say that I've loved every moment of being on the program.
The food was tasty, the variety available to you is great.
On Rapid Results, members lost an average of 5 kilos in the first 4 weeks. Start today and save $30 on your first weekly menu on our Rapid Results weight loss plan.
Start today Australia. Call Jenny Craig now. It works.
Pure Sleep Bedding don't just make mattresses. We can build you a better night's sleep. With over 25 years' experience, we are now factory direct. We understand the science of sleep. We know it's what's under the cover that counts. Visit our showroom at 12 Oasis Court, Clontarf.
Visit the Autumn Home Show to improve your home or apartment. Find innovative ideas, hot new products, home trends and specials. Visit Sustainability Square, Staycation Resort and Reno Seminars. Starts Friday, Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre. Get your free tickets online.
Get moving, Australia. New Cocoa Pops Golden Gaytime flavours here. With a delightfully delicious toffee chocolatey taste. Try new Cocoa Pops Golden Gaytime flavour. Just like a chocolate milkshake, only crunchy.
Did somebody say manual law?
If you're not home by 6, remember, you can always listen live to 9 News Queensland.
Your number 1 news on River 949.
To the national weather for you now, and showers are forecast for Brisbane this afternoon. Sydney will see rain at times. It'll be cool and cloudy in Canberra. Morning showers clearing in Melbourne to a top of 19 degrees. 19 the top in Hobart as well. Adelaide 22. Perth though very hot, 38 degrees, and unsettled conditions in Darwin. Wednesday's looking wet for Brisbane and Sydney with temps in the mid-20s. Overcast in Canberra, top of 22. Cloud cover for most of the south and another warm day in Perth, 32 degrees, showers for Darwin. And Thursday is looking warm and wet in Brisbane, showers and 27 degrees in Sydney, rain for Canberra, 24. Overcast in Melbourne, a top of 22 degrees, showers for Hobart, 24 in Adelaide, and the heat continues in Perth, 36 degrees, Darwin's top 30. And that is Nine's Morning News. We'll have the afternoon news at 4 o'clock and 5 p.m. in Adelaide and Perth. I'm Davina Smith. See you soon.